I want to see us continue with what we've done the last week and a half. I really thought, as a defense, we've really made strides in a lot of areas, in a lot of positions, and I'd like to see the kids come out and perform well on Saturday and sustain what we've done the last 10 days or so.
As far as competition for number one spots, is it just that linebacker spot now that's really up in the air?
It is, and I think Deion Clark's really done some really good things here down the stretch. D-Mac brings a lot to the table too. Just being consistent, but that's still a battle. If I had to say one way or the other right now, I'd probably give an edge to Deion. But they both had a really good spring, so it's going to be interesting to see how they play. That's the one thing about a spring game, and generally we're going to get a really good crowd here. It's a good environment, and you see some things, in that situation that maybe you don't see out here just in a regular scrimmage. And all of a sudden it's like the lights come on like a game day, and you see some guys perform a little bit differently.
I don't think we've asked about him all spring, and I think he's coming up here today, but Wade Hanson, what do you see from a guy like that? And you don't see many transfers like that coming in.
No, Wade's a guy, really, I think, he's an intriguing guy from the standpoint that he's big, he's rugged, he's done some really good things. He hurt his thumb or wrist, I think it's his thumb, but, here a couple weeks ago and battled that, but he showed some toughness battling through. He's a guy that's learning our position, learning our defense, but at the same time, I think he's going to give us some added depth, at a position that, he'll play for us right now, which is what I'm encouraged by, and he'll play hard. He made a couple of nice plays out there tonight, and so yeah, I'm glad he's with us, and I think he's a guy that can, as he continues to work the way he is and the way he learns our defense, I think he'll be a factor for us as far as the depth, and that's a position that gets dinged up and nicked up during the course of a season.
What is sort of the background of how he got here? It's
well,
an unusual route.
He contacted Charlie Lyles, somehow and wanted to transfer, and so we watched him on video. Thought he was a guy that really showed some things, and we figured if we're going to get him for free, one not a bad guy, right here. Now, obviously, he's going to be a guy that probably is going to look to see about a scholarship. But I think, he's got to figure in to be the 2 deep. I think, before coach will award him something like that. But at the same time, he's going to be a guy that, will give us some added depth inside.
But the best defenses, your best defenses, are deep, and you mentioned depth earlier. Where are you there, and are you even approaching where you?
No, we're not approaching where we've been, but I've seen Seth Dooley's improved, Nigel Williams has improved. We need to get a guy like Woody Barron. Obviously he missed spring this year, but you get those guys inside. And add a fifth guy, whether it's a Wade Hanson, whether it's a Vinny Mahota, maybe it's one of those other guys that's coming in, a Sobchak or Ricky. You guys help me. Ricky Walker, thank you. And it's whether it's that, but we're closer there. But a kid like Seth Dooley's made some strides here a little bit. Dwayne Alford's been a guy that was hurt a little bit, so today was the first time he's been out in probably a week and a half. Those guys have been solid. We need better play from that position and consistency to put us where I think we need to be. As far as getting guys that can, if you're playing a 60-play game, is it 40-20, is it 35-25, whatever it may be. When we kind of evaluate that, I don't know if we're quite there with that yet. At that position, I think at the defensive tackle we could be.